Let me take this from a personal standpoint. This session goes to the very core of my being, and I dare say actually speaks in specific terms to my life purpose as an individual. I'm a staunch and ardent believer of people development. Reason isn't far-fetched. I ventured into my life purpose in 2003 and later discovered the full picture in 2008, and I started then to work in it. So when you see corporate shepherds, it is not just a set of two words that make up a company. It is purpose-driven. And that is the essence and the threshold for living a purpose-driven and legacy-filled life. That's why I said this goes to the very heart of my being. And big thank you to the organizers and also the chairman of this beautiful setting, and that's Tunja Deinka and his team. Congratulations on setting the pace in a different. So telling you that it gets to the heart of my being is very, I don't know, it's profound. And if you want to speak to all those details, I wrote a book in 2021, In the Grip of Grace, where I just outlined the humble beginnings from scratch to where I am, well, possibly. Well, so much for context. Let me thank once again you all for listening to me, and I can see your beautiful faces. Many of you had breakfast and you just come out of a tea break, so the smiles should be a lot more. And if I don't see the smiles, then something is wrong. You're distracted. So it's just a way to check, sense check, mic check, sense check. All right, let's talk about grooming. Basically, in my opinion, grooming is taken from a place of not knowing to knowing. And this I can classify as a better state. So when you talk about grooming, you're moving from the unknown to the known, and it's a better state. That's why, the room has to have a G. There must be a goal. When the goal jams the room, it becomes a groom. And I've loved it so much because it's a process. It's a process both plants, animals, and even human beings have, and it's a singular trait of necessity, without which growth is impeded or the actual matter, substance, ceases to exist. So grooming is a critical aspect of actually getting things, to transit. And currently I'm running a series on my radio program where I'm talking about career, life passages, and transitions. And we only talk about transitioning when we're exchanging the baton of leadership. But we never look at it that everyday life, moving from being a boy to a man, that whole process is transitioning. You start your career, you're a little young graduate, and then you want to have your first job. That's a transition. Somewhere in there, grooming is very key, but it starts from, having a contextual framework. So grooming in the context of talent development refers to the process of nurturing and truly preparing individuals to reach their full potential in a specific field or industry. And I say all this so well because I'm a product of that grooming. I'm really grateful to the opportunity that has been given to me in my life, in my career. I'm a product of it. That's why I said it, and I'm probably sounding like a broken record. I know what it takes, and I'm still in it. I'm not yet there. When I tell people I'm still growing, they don't believe it, but I am, truly. So in order that individuals will get their full potential in that field or industry, grooming is required. So when it comes to grooming talents for the marketing and communications industry, for me, there are several steps we need to take. Before we get into these steps, I want you to have the right frame and the mindset of a farmer. If you follow me on this, you'll understand. If you, just for a second, speak to preparation, move from preparation to planting, and then planting, in between planting and harvesting, you understand what really happens. So you don't harvest if you've not prepared the soil. If you prepare the soil and you don't plant the seeds, hey, how are you going to go through that process to get it to that point? So walk with me in these steps with the men. Number one, what do we need to do as an industry? Identify potential. What does this mean? It means we need to look for individuals who show an interest and aptitude for marketing and communications. many times, many young ones do not have a clue what they want to do. Even older ones. I mean, look at me. I was at Coca-Cola. Yeah, at that time, I was a senior executive at Coke. 3. Just discovering my life purpose. I mean, and I don't know what age I was then. If you can do the math, I was born, and there's nothing to hide, and I have a birth certificate, just for the records. So, when you look at this, you'll understand that it means looking for individuals and that show that interest and aptitude for marketing. And I say marketing, marketing, marketing. Marketing is a foundation. Marketing is a house. And every other thing we're doing in between the rooms are specializations. But if you don't have grounded in marketing principles, you will falter.